talk about what is agent engagement first and foremost. If I can put it simply, it is creating a work environment that creates and encourages. And it creates and encourages active participation. And this is the #1 tenet of agent engagement. How do I get my agents involved in the overall process? And the return for that is the happier agents are involved. If they're heard and listened to, it's going to translate to good numbers for your clients. And your clients who call you by phone, they're going to hear a voice, and I can't tell you and express to you how important it is to have an upbeat, friendly voice greet you. I call contact centers often, like everybody does, for support, whether it's a bank or something of that nature where I need to do some personal business. But the point is, I am swayed by the personality that I hear on the receiving end, because I can tell whether that person is really engaged and wanting to help me or not. So agent engagement creates and encourages active participation, and I think it solves a human desire, a desire to be involved. Now this goes a little bit about micromanagement, right? Oftentimes contact centers just say, here's how you do it, and this is what we want. We don't want any feedback and input. But I think that's a mistake at some level, because I think your agents are people. They have a lot to offer you. They have insights in their own world experiences, and remember, they're the front lines of your business. And I always listen to agents. I want to know what their experience is, because their direct experience in the contact center is by and large what they're going to produce for your customers when they call. The concept of agent engagement really is that people drive the results, and agent engagement is treating your agents as individuals rather than a commodity. And everyone has a different personality. Sure, there are metrics we need to gauge in terms of performance, but there are also ways that you can enhance the overall experience for your reps. So benefits of an active program of agent engagement. This is new information that I just received, and these are some interesting statistics about the benefits of agent engagement. An increase of 10% in employee engagement programs can increase your profits by approximately $2,400 per employee per year. Now, if you notice, I'm saying per employee, not agents, because I think the culture of agent engagement extends beyond the contact center. I do have a very good customer that I work with in the Pacific Northwest, and I will tell you that she is very engaged in her agents, but she's also engaged across departments, and everyone has a mindset for the culture of the contact center. Now, this information comes from Workplace Research Foundation. This isn't something that I came up with. It was sourced from information gathered by Workplace Research Foundation. Also, engaged employees are 38% more likely to have above average productivity. Think about your involvement in whatever you do. If you're just a participant running somebody else's bid, there's less of an attraction there, because it becomes like a robot. You're just automating what someone told you, what you've been told by someone else. However, when you're engaged and your feedback is part of that funnel, you're more likely to have a better experience, and your productivity will reflect that. This also comes to us from Workplace Research Foundation. Companies with engaged employees outperform those without such programs by a whopping 202%. This source is from Dale Carnegie. Now, 202% is a huge percentile. That's not something that I think should be, disregarded. I think when you look at an active participation program, agent engagement, you can start charting what the success are. And I think you can feel it on the floor, and if you were to call in and do an audit of your contact center, you can certainly feel it when that call is intercepted. Now, I'm going to talk about SJS solutions here in just a moment, but let's talk about a couple more benefits. Implementing regular feedback channels. It's surprising to me how many contact centers do not offer a feedback loop or a suggestion box or an open dialogue from the agent's perspective back to management, whether that's at the floor level, team leader, supervisor, or director, or all the way up to the upper channels. But it does result in turnover rates that are 14.9% lower than a contact center that has no feedback loop. So a feedback loop. So for those of you that have been in your contact center, if you're struggling with turnover, I think one of the things I typically look at is if they have high turnover, we look at a few things. What's the communication link? What's their input link? Because that's really about value and am I being heard? Most contact centers deal with turnover, but I've seen strategic placements for agent engagement drastically reduce contact center turnover, which is a great opportunity for you, because the longer your agents are there, the more they know your culture, they know the ins and outs of the operation, they're better able to perform with their clients. One of my clients in the Pacific Northwest has an agent who has been in the company for many, many years and has also worked in many, many different departments. Her knowledge that she brings to the table, she is by no surprise the top producing agent on the floor, because she knows the ins and outs of the company, and all that knowledge translates. So having a feedback channel is important. One of the contact centers that I worked in had a regular weekly meeting on Fridays. Normally the contact center operated from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but on Fridays they opened at 9 a.m. to allow for an hour of collective get-together, celebration of successes, read back success stories, read back client feedback. Just that hour of time was tremendous in terms of acknowledging reps and really bringing everyone together. And they provided breakfast too, which was a big win. Only 25% of businesses today have an active strategy for employee engagement. This comes to us from Dale Carnegie. By the way, the information about the 14.9% lower turnover comes to us via Gallup. I think everyone has heard of Gallup. So I want to pay special thanks to SJS Solutions. The information is listed here. sjssolutions.com offers a variety of products and services which create wallboards and other opportunities for agent engagement. If you're looking for information, we can set up an appointment to discuss with them directly. Stephen Pace is the CEO and president of SJS Solutions, and you can see here, if you want to contact them directly, you can go to info@sjssolutions.com, or you can go to their website, sjssolutions.com, or go to YouTube. They have a couple of videos there. Their wallboards are pretty good. They give you quite a bit of flexibility. A lot of wallboards out there leave you with just basic metrics in the contact center. With SJS, you can customize it for more meaningful metrics such as sales, turnover, call turnover, ticket closure, things that are really important in the contact center. Now, if you've been on my session before, I've quoted this gentleman before, Sir Richard Branson, for those of you that know who he is. He has a very insightful quote that I actually love, and it is, if you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients. This is really a key tenet to agent engagement. Working with your employees, giving them empowerment, allowing them to think on their own feet, they become better at what they do, and an active participation results in nothing but success for your customers. The way they're treated is going to be the way they're going to treat your customers. And I really believe in this statement here. It's a powerful statement, I think. So consider asking yourself the following questions. This is just to spark your thoughts about agent engagement, to give you like a way to, a litmus test to kind of jot some notes. One question might be, how are you managing the ongoing development of your people? One of the key things that people look for in compatibility with an operation and feeling good about where they are is, am I just stuck at one position, or do I have a development opportunity? So do you have an active ongoing development program within your organization? Do you have training classes that supervisor training or team lead? It could be as simple as offering a separate meeting. So for example, at Inflow, we have leadership meetings aside from team meetings, aside from company meetings. Each of those has a different flavor, but knowing that you can get into the next level or a different level of process is a really important personal development piece. And it gets people feeling that, you know, that's not just what I do today that matters. There's something ahead of me that I can strive for. And I don't know about you, but I think most people strive to get better and look for growth opportunities. Next question you might ask is, do you have a strategy to ensure agents are engaged with their work? I think agent engagement, it means communication is always a key piece, but are they actively being heard? And we're going to talk about a couple of things that, and a couple of examples of the agent engagement programs that I've seen in active use, and it will be surprising that the smallest thing can produce the greatest sort of excitement in the contact center. And what is fun about that is once you start doing those programs, you're going to start seeing quickly people really aren't interested in having variety, and that's what's really important. And I think really our agents committed to doing great work. I think most people get a job, they want to do great work, but they fall the wayside when their job becomes monotonous and mundane.